baby. Sunshine! Oh, sunshine!
Part tag-along bike, part bike trailer, the Weehoo Turbo has transformed our family's biking experiences. From paved trails to route-strewn mountain bike single track, the Weehoo Turbo is our trusty companion. While there are several different ways to tow or carry your kids by bike, the Weehoo Turbo is a uniquely fun, safe, and easy alternative to more traditional child bike seats and trailers. Here are 7 things you need to know about the Weehoo. Number 1. What exactly is the Weehoo Turbo? The Turbo is a bit of a cross between a traditional bike trailer and a tag-along bike. It's really the best of both worlds. Like a trailer, your child can sit securely and comfortably in the recumbent seat and harness. But like a tag-along bike, they can also enjoy being out in the open air like mom or dad, and kids have the option to pedal. The freewheel drivetrain is designed so that kids can pedal at their own rate, pedal backwards, or not pedal at all in the case of our toddler. As a disclaimer, don't expect a ton of actual help. In our experience, our kids have never really pedaled enough to make much of a difference while riding, but it does keep them engaged and makes them feel much more like an active participant. Number 2. What's the main advantage of a Weehoo Turbo over a traditional bike trailer? While fun and enjoyable on paved paths, when used on fire roads and single-track trails, the Weehoo really shines. With a single wheel in back versus 2 on a traditional bike trailer, the Weehoo opens up a ton more possibilities for narrow trails and single track that would be inaccessible with a wider trailer on 2 wheels. The Weehoo is much easier to navigate around or over low branches or rocks along narrow trails. With 1 wheel, the Weehoo is also able to remain upright and balanced on uneven surfaces, as compared to a bike trailer that can bounce back and forth on the 2 tires, creating a bumpy and sometimes uncomfortable ride. While single trailers do a decent job on narrow trails with younger toddlers who are too small to fit in Weehoo's harness, typically about 2 and under, the 2 wheels and bulkiness of a standard trailer just don't compete with the sleek and narrow Weehoo. The Weehoo is hands down our favorite solution for single track and even wider double track with a lot of uneven surfaces. Number 3. What's the best age to ride in the Weehoo Turbo? We have seen kids as young as 18 months riding in the Turbo. Personally, the youngest child we've put in the Turbo is our 2.5-year-old. As a very tall 2.5-year-old, the harness can be pulled tightly enough to secure her safely. The chest strap is looser than we would prefer, but despite all her wiggling, the buckle and harness keep her safely confined. And once she grows a bit more, it will be perfectly snug. At her age, the pedals are either used as footrests or completely ignored. She typically just dangles her legs like she's on a swing. The Turbo has a weight capacity of 80 pounds, so our 69-pound 9-year-old was still a fine fit. While I wouldn't have him ride with me on a normal basis, this does show what a great solution the Weehoo can be for older special needs kids who need extra help but are too big for a standard bike trailer. Number 4. How does the Weehoo adjust to fit different sized kids? The Weehoo Turbo seat can be loosened to slide along the seat track and tightened at the appropriate distance from the pedals. This can be done on the fly without the need for tools by twisting a knob underneath the seat. Number 5. How do you load and unload kids from the Weehoo? With only 1 wheel in back, loading and unloading can be quite a balancing act. Keeping the adult bike upright is required and really must be done with the bike leaned against a tree, bench, or your car. While traditional bike trailers remain upright when the adult bike is laying on the ground, this is not the case with the Weehoo Turbo. Bike falls over equals Weehoo falls over. Number 6. How do you mount the Weehoo Turbo to your bike? Mounting the Turbo to a bike is so quick and easy and just requires a seat post. Initially mounting the hitch to the seat post is as easy as sliding the hitch and one of the 6 various size shims, all included with purchase, onto the seat post. Since the hitch and the shim take up about 2 inches of space on the seat post, you can't ride with the saddle at its lowest position. Once the hitch is mounted, the trailer arm simply drops on top of the hitch and is secured using a quick release pin. For storage or transportation, the tow arm can be taken off the Weehoo to make it more compact. As a result, before we can mount the arm to the hitch on the bike, we need to reattach the tow arm to the Weehoo first. This is also very easy and just requires you to slip the end of the arm over the receiving end on the Weehoo, line up the holes, and insert and lock another quick release pin. Number 7. What about storage space? While the Weehoo offers less storage than a traditional bike trailer, it still has enough pockets and storage spaces to bring along most things you need. On one side of the seat is a water bottle holder. On the other, a pocket for snacks. For slightly larger items like a lunch or a jacket, there's a zippered saddlebag on either side of the rear wheel, or a mesh pocket on the rear of the seat. So what's the bottom line? While standard trailers and child bike seats certainly serve an important purpose and are necessary when hauling very young toddlers, the Weehoo Turbo is by far our favorite way to bring kids 2.5 and older along for the ride. It's really the most fun for everyone.
I love the hero!